Welcome back to the playground. Welcome to episode 14. We're back digging in this dirt valley, the new really technical dirt jump line. And in episode 13, we built that feature there. And we've got a theme for this new line, which is surfing. This is called the pipeline, this line. I love that name. It's exactly what it is. We ride through this massive dirt pipe all the way through. And the best thing about the playground is we're going to, as time goes on, have multiple themes for all the lines. All the dirt jumps I've ever built on this channel have had themes where you guys have contributed your ideas, your names. At the compound, we had mountain themes. Lockdown, we did like ocean themes, didn't we? The main line, we've got a golf course theme. Now we have a surfing theme. So that has been named by Max Sesselman as the floater. The floater is a surf maneuver where you kind of stall on the unbroken part of the wave, and that's exactly what it feels like to ride, because as you saw in episode 13, as you see now, I relentlessly cased the jump, so I was definitely stalling at the unbroken part of the wave, wasn't I? I was hanging up hard on it. Upon that journey, we realised we needed to properly hook the takeoff up and make it steeper. So I've been away this weekend and Jamie has done just that. He's built the takeoff up, he's built the landing up, so that is bigger now than it was in the last episode. So when we ride that, surely I'm going to go way higher to the moon and hopefully not case it. So that's a really cool name. That'll be in the upcoming build laps, but now moving on to this episode, we're going to build the next feature. And there was loads and loads and loads of comments for what to build here, and actually standing down here you can see how epic that's going to be. So as well as doing all of that, Jamie was tasked with doing a load of wheelbarrows with all the leftover dirt on the dirt pile, and he's done that. Well done, Jamie, good man.
Well done, mate.
Thank you. He's taken up the slack and done the worst job in the world, which is wheelbarrows. Ben, it's your go next. Next weekend you're on task.
So I'm not around.
How many do you think that was? Over 100?
I don't even know, I lost count.
But where do you lose count? 6, 7?
2.
There we go. So it's over 2. I reckon between 2 and 110. So this feature has been completely kind of designed from the comments. We had loads of inspiration of what to build. I didn't want to build another hip. I didn't want to build a hip like that. We wanted something new. And I think this will be the coolest looking feature in the entire playground. And what we're going to build is, this is a really good comment because I think it explains it perfectly in layman terms. Cohen Pratt commented, please build a hip into a curve at the top of the hill, then at the other end of the curve you jump left again into the landing. The curve should be like the middle part of a double roller but longer. I love that because that kind of like lacks specific mountain bike feature terminology, but what it actually contains is English words so everyone can understand what that is. We're going to build the middle part of a double roller, so essentially kind of a compression, a pump bump, in the hill that you jump into and jump out of into that landing. That's honestly the perfect explanation, but if you prefer something more visual, this is how it's going to look. So that's the hill after we landed the hip, then we're going to have a takeoff here. That's our takeoff, which we're going to cut into the hill in the next build laps. Then we're going to land, this is hard to draw, into like an uphill.
You're very good at this, Matt.
That's like an uphill cereal bowl, so on top of the hill there, this is all hill, right? It's all grass in between everything. And then you're going to, as he said, jump out of this, ride round there, and then jump down into a landing there. I'm pretty stoked with that. Yeah, that's exactly how it's going to look.
It's a very good drawing.
That's the visual representation of what Cohen Pratt described. I've just drawn it for you. Let me know in the comments, Cohen, if that's exactly what you had in mind. But that's what we're going to build. So build lap's coming up now. We're going to pickaxe into this hill, make a takeoff because there's no space. Look, we've run out of space. This is going to be so tight by the time we land that big hip with maximum speed, and there will be more speed if I don't case the thing. I'm disappointed in my own riding. We've built this amazing technical line which looks great, but I can't bring it to like its true level of justice with how I rode it in the last video. So when we ride it, hopefully in this video, I need to bring it to life by landing smooth and have loads of speed to go into that hill, jump. We've got to do some moving around, we've got to do a lot of shaping. It's going to be an epic build laps, and if we build what I've just drawn, I think we've got the most unique epic playground feature yet. So let's do this, build laps. look what we've created. This has to be my favourite feature in the entire playground. It's absolutely great. I mean, I hope it looks like the drawing, and as the comment described, it is a jump into kind of the middle of 2 rollers, but actually it's a giant suspended berm, and honestly it was so many barrows to build. And if you've seen on the drone shots, it's actually sick how this berm, we're just going to call it a berm, is symmetrical to the one behind it on the sideline. That's rad, so it looks really cool from every angle. We've got a takeoff that's about 4 foot high. Let me actually explain quickly why we chose this, because obviously I said there's loads of comments, we're going to pick one, but there's a reason this is so important. Just look at it though. I mean, whether it looks like the drawing or not, we have built a dirt Jabba the Hutt, haven't we? It's just a giant slug of sandy soil that's kind of OTT. Would you say it's too much?
A little bit.
Didn't need to be that fat on top. That's why it looks like Jabba. It's pretty cool, isn't it? And then the landing's actually the simplest, skinniest bit. That was a few wheelbarrows. This was hundreds. So the important thing here is it's a technical line, right? You saw in the last video I kept casing that jump. So if we were going to build something here, I feel like it had to be an option, a feature that could work with loads of different speeds. When I finally today boost that up really high in the air and land perfectly, I'm going to have loads of speed. But equally, if I land low on case or do a trick, I'm not going to have as much speed. And this goes back to how we talked about hips, the importance of hips, where the distance to the inside is way less than the distance to the outside, so you can decipher your speed for the rest of the line according to where you land. This is even better because it's not the distance to the inside or the outside, it's actually how high up the feature you go. So if I land that perfectly, the plan is, obviously I haven't ridden it yet, to rail really high around this whole thing and you turn all that speed into like high gravitational potential energy and come back down. Nerd, but it's kind of important. And then if you land bad, you can go around the bottom, but still make it onto the landing. That's why I love this, and that's why actually all those wheelbarrows that Jamie did, and we added more, and all the effort to make that face massive and just look like a Star Wars character is probably worth it, because I think at this point in the line, after a few technical features, this is where it's important to be able to gather, compose and drop back in. And the best bit is, with like, even that landing's really long. That would have taken so much to build if this ground was flat. This whole line would have never happened, but we've got space to build more. So God knows what we're going to call this thing. Who knows? I'm sure you guys are figuring that out. God knows what we're going to build after. I'd like to see some comments of that too. But yeah, it's amazing. And like through here, look, it's like parting the Red Sea, isn't it? And this is perfect because you can fit wheelbarrows through this gap. So we've got kind of a windbreaker access down this alleyway. Good place to stash tools. Don't know what else to say about it other than it's cool. I love the symmetry. I love that now these trails are almost as long as they are wide as a spot. It's just superb. It's mega, and yeah, like I said, come up with a name. Now I'm going to ride the whole line.
What's the plan then?
This is the cheat line. This is so I can test the feature as a standalone option. I think the line's so tech that if I land this badly and still hit that, I'll just be disappointed, and all that hard work for an entire week will feel pointless. Whereas if we drop in here with good speed and it works well, there'll be something to celebrate, and then we can try that now it's been jacked up, ride the whole line. Do you think that's a good strategy?
Good idea, mate. Good idea.
This is a cool angle of the entire playground.
It looks mental.
All of this has been built by hand, so the way it just weaves and like meanders its way through the grass, and even the trees. I love the way the trees are now overhanging some of the features. This is sick. It kind of hinges on this working. Everything's a bit soft. It's still drying right now. That's a steep landing, Ben.
Yep.
Jabba, coming for you. Oh! Yes! Yes! See, I felt, oh, it was great, it was great. I don't know what to say.
That was rad.
It's really hectic to ride around there. I went high up. Oh, that's where I went wrong. My front wheel didn't make it on the feature till 6 foot in.
Oh yeah, it looked high intensity.
That's hard to do. Skinny. Let me go again. I've sheared the edge off, which is a shame. I'm glad I tested it like this. This bit's tight. It's so much shorter as a bomb hole than that one. Guess that's what happens when you claw it out with the digger. I actually came out the top corner, which is cool.
Yeah, you went really high out of it.
Which is sweet, so there'd be potential to trick out of it at some point. Right, up we go. This is the moment of truth. Oh, it's sick! Oh, it's sick!
Yes!
It's rad, because there's so much speed after it. Like, it feels like the fastest point in the whole line right there.
That is so cool.
Yeah, of course it would be. You're falling from all the way up there, down a hard landing. This is going to be an ultimate. What can we build there? I don't know. Let's ride it more. See, that time I got onto it exactly at the beginning. My tyre mark almost cased it.
Yeah.
It'd be a bad one to case because you'd just 5-star frog splash a giant slug of dirt, wouldn't you? Yeah, I'm landing. Let's have a look quickly. Oh, that's not too bad.
Down was
Definitely
better.
landing more on the inside of this.
Yeah.
Just this, we left this bush in because it looks nice, but the thorns on it are like 4-inch nails. So I don't want to body slam that. Oh, it's so cool. Let me go again.
Do you think you can link it all together?
Yeah, that's going to be the problem. You can see how I'm breaking it down. I never thought I'd build a line that might be hard to ride, but is that kind of the whole point of some sets of trails? The reward is just getting to the end. It's not about tricks in this line. Look where I get to without...
Yeah, you bomb up there.
That's in deep grass.
Wow.
I'm going to do one more before the full run. I just want to do like a 1-foot table downside out of it.
Sick.
Like a bit of a steez master. I think the true spectacle will be when it links together in a minute. I'm going to give it a go now. I love all the tyre marks around that thing. I actually just love building and riding jumps. This is the best thing in the world, isn't it? I'm lucky that Jamie shares my vision so he can kind of help without us talking relentlessly about it. There's so many thorns down here. And then I've got you to kind of bring it to everyone's screens and do the odd wheelbarrow. So we've got the dream team right here. It's so sick. Oh, and in the last video, I completely forgot actually, Ben and I gave away 13 of these 13 make your own luck long sleeves. If you're watching this video, by the time it comes out, we'll have DM'd the 13 winners. You can have them in black or white, just reply what you want with your address and everything. But it's been really cool. I think we had almost 5,000 comments, so 5,000 entries of people who followed it, and they wrote the luckiest thing that's ever happened to them. And bizarrely, there's such a weird link and perception with people thinking they've been lucky when they're unlucky. Wasn't half the comments like, I got hit by a car, and you think, it's terrible luck. But I survived, or but I only broke my left leg, or but I found a fiver in the sidewalk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many comments like that. People's perception of luck is bizarre. But in fact, actually, I've always said to people when I've like shattered my wrist, I'm lucky I didn't.
Exactly.
Didn't come
Yeah.
out the
It does
skin, or
make
the
sense.
surgeon man. Yeah, true. And on the topic of Hellfair, we've finally got a release date for our rival range, which is these race pants. They come in grey, black. This is Dijon mustard, which is a little nod towards Ben's passport. Or carte d'identité, is that the ID card? Yeah, I'm learning, see.
Yeah, very good.
Terrible country. But it's a good, I love France, it's great. But Dijon mustard, we've got grey, we've got short sleeve jerseys, long sleeve jerseys, a brand new fabric, which is really breathable through the back. So I think it's going to be a super popular kit for this summer, and gloves to match too in grey and black. They're going to go live on 9th of June. But we've actually spent the last few days making a really, really cool teaser for the entire drop, which I'm going to play now while I push up and link this together. Hellfair. I'm really nervous because the next few runs will determine whether the new pipeline is firing or whether we've combined a miscellaneous jumble sale of jumps that don't actually work together. And the quarter pipe's way steeper, so probably higher. Here we go, dropping. That's it. Oh no! That's it. Oh no! No!
Oh no!
No! That was like a slow motion disappointment riding down there. No!
Uh-oh!
This felt soft. Why do I always case that one? I actually suck at this line and I ride bikes for a living. We've built a hard line. Let me go again. Come on, pipeline. Oh God. Oh God.
Oh.
It's a brilliant way back to the start.
That is literally what terrifies me the most. Oh my God, no!
Oh, I'm scrubbing round it because I haven't got the pace. Honestly, it's not, I've got so many excuses, but this one's valid. It's not a good day to be test riding stuff because it's so soft.
It's really soft, isn't it?
I'm adamant I'll be able to do it. If I could drop in from up there, why can't I do it when I air the quarter? Yeah, got the blood pumping. Can I go again?
Yeah.
I think I must, because that one was really close.
That was close.
If I can conquer it today, in the next video when it's dry and we just have a solid riding session on everything, it'll be brilliant. I feel a shame to just case everything 2 videos in a row. No. I'm going again. You've got to do everything perfect, completely grease everything.
Oh my god!
Oh. I'm tearing it apart. Oh, honestly, to say I'm disappointed would be true. I'm actually disappointed, because how did it work so well from up there? What have we done?
I think because you're not landing right at the top of that.
With the quarter pipe.
And when you land on the landing, it's like a bang, and then you drop in. You don't have as much momentum as when you drop in straight.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's so many spots that I see which is bad news. Like if I'm not making it by a matter of inches, there's an inch, there's 3 inches, there's more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what a shame. I was so confident actually that it would work, because it worked on its own. So we've built a feature. We've still what an episode. We've done so much digging, and I think we've built the coolest feature yet that works. We've proved it works, but pipeline as a whole right now needs some tweaking, but we're going to do that. I will not leave this line until it works perfectly, and hopefully works perfectly for everyone. So we're going to go on. Next video is pure riding. We'll make this run, we'll make the main line run, everything run, sideline. The 3 of us will just have a mega session. I want to do so many tricks. I love digging, but God, I just want to ride my bike at this place. So that's what you've got coming. And of course, June 9th, I keep tapping this is the only rival thing I'm wearing, but these race pants honestly have taken us a whole year with multiple designers working with different factories to get right, and we're so stoked with them, honestly. I think if you wear, like, if I'm a 32, and these are on the snug side, so I'd probably say if you wear 32 jeans, go a size up, go for 34, you've got adjustability to bring them in. But they're so sick, and the jerseys are too, so that's going to be 7 PM on Thursday. See you next video, which is just pure riding. And by then we'll have read the comments to what to build next. Legends. Welcome back to the playground. I spat everywhere.